Hello everyone, I'm going to talk to my father-in-law and ask him some questions about what he thinks about me and about India in general. Okay, hi Jim, here's Jim. He's my father-in-law. I think you might have known him already. He's very famous on my Instagram more than I am. So before that, do you want to say hi to my fellow Indians?
Yes. Hello from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, USA. It's nice to be here with you today. It's a gorgeous day today, 70 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny.
Now, my first question to you, what was your first impression on me?
I don't know if that's fair, a question.
I mean, you should even I'm excited to know.
Well, very first impression when you walked through the door was you were a very pretty woman. And then as you sat down and we started to talk, you were interesting and engaging. You were interested in Jan and myself, as well as sharing who you were. You've got a really good sense of humor, and that's really good for me because I do like to tease and rib and see whether or not people can take that. And so Priya not only takes it, but she gives it back as well. So I guess that was my first impression. Obviously, you not being from the States, I was interested to hear about your upbringing, your schooling, your work. So I was very interested to hear what you were telling us that first evening.
I first met Steve's parents before our marriage, so it was like unexpected. I was visiting Steve in Milwaukee for Valentine's Day celebrations, and that Friday he asked me if he wants to go out for dinner or to meet his parents. I said, meet his parents, obviously. Why would I miss that chance? So and then we came, we had dinner, we had a very nice time that day, and it was very nice. They were very nice, they were sweet, and Jim was asking me many questions to know more about me. Like he was curious, like who is she? Like am I the? They say I'm the first girlfriend that Steve introduced to his parents. So they were like surprised, like what is there in her that Steve introduced her to us? You know, that's the kind of questionnaires I had that day from Jim. What is one thing you learnt about India and Indians, or you got to know about India and Indians after meeting me? Your perspective or your impression about India was something, and then that totally changed after meeting me because you actually got to know.
I love the mountainous regions of the United States, the Rocky Mountains. So I'm very intrigued and would like to visit someday northern India where the mountains are, because the pictures and videos that I've looked at look different than our mountains, so I would look forward to going there. Maybe finer detail, I'm, from what you've shared with me, surprised that so many people in India speak English and celebrate American holidays outside of even the sort of, maybe holidays that I might expect them to celebrate. So even some of the smaller ones we've talked about. So that's surprised
Like
me.
Valentine's Day.
Halloween.
Halloween, it's not a holiday, but it has become a tradition right now because everybody has modernized and all of that. But Christmas is a holiday just like how it is here.
Yeah.
And it's a public holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we celebrate
Holiday
Valentine's Day and stuff like that. And I think Halloween is not like widely spread around like in smaller towns or something like that, maybe metropolitan cities and people who work in MNCs and that they kind of grabbed that culture maybe, but it's not into every corner of India where people are. But Valentine's Day is something we celebrate, like everybody would show their love, and Mother's Day, Father's Day. So just like how you celebrate it, we also do that. India is the second largest English-speaking country in the world. So, so Jim's first question to me was, do people in India speak English? So I'm like, he thinks like Americans speak English because it's their language. So he thinks Indians speak the language, like suppose if I'm Telugu, I speak in Telugu, not English, which is a normal thing to think. And like we wouldn't think Americans speak Hindi or Spanish, right? Because it's not their language. Same way, Americans don't think Indians or any other people in the other countries can speak English the way Americans speak. So I had to tell him we have English medium schools and that's what we studied in, and it's normal for us to speak English. Like when somebody asks something, before talking we would first think. So we think in English. So that's how our things happen. In India, in schools, we are supposed to learn 3 languages. One first language would be our state language. Every state has different language. Like our state languages are Telugu. And we also have to learn English and Hindi in school because they are the 2 formal languages in India. What is your favorite Indian food?
I would say butter chicken with Indian bread.
Naan.
Naan.
Butter
right.
naan.
Uh-huh.
Would you be interested to learn to cook that and cook that? Would you enjoy cooking
Yes,
that?
I would enjoy cooking that.
So when can we cook?
She likes trying to corner me into.
No, I want, because he likes butter chicken and I told him let's cook, like because I never made like butter chicken in a, I'm kind of made like imitation of it but not pure butter chicken with that adding cream and all of that. So I would like to cook and try.
Can I teach you how to grill bratwurst on the grill?
No.
Cheeseburgers?
No.
Chicken?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from India and Steve is from here. We both are from different countries, and you have seen 2 people from 2 different countries, 2 different cultures, 2 different lifestyles got married and living, and you know how things are with us. You see us being happy, you see us fighting, you see us, you know, getting married each other, you know everything that happened with us. So what would be your suggestion or your opinion when it comes to people getting married from 2 different countries? Not, it doesn't have to be India and America, it can be any 2 countries. Is it like okay, can they, you know, get together, get along with each other? What's your suggestion?
Yeah, and I would say this is a suggestion not only for 2 people from different countries, but any 2 people who are either going to try and, you know, live together, whether that's in marriage or not, but in this case, a married couple. And I guess it probably is maybe more at the top of the list for a couple where they're from different countries would be patience. So, you know, we're brought up in a certain culture, we have certain expectations, some of which are so automatic we don't even think of. So I think, you know, the art of pausing and being patient and really listening and even waiting, you know, a minute or 2, even if there's sort of a rise in us because of the way we were brought up, to just think, okay, I don't agree with that, but let me roll with that a while, think about it, even if it's just for a minute before I respond. The other thing I would say is, and Jan and I do this, we've done this since even before we were married, if you have an argument and you come to the end of the day, or it's, you know, time to go to bed, and call it a day, you have to come together and say, okay, maybe we're not going to resolve this tonight. We can come back to it tomorrow. But I'm not going to end the day with all this anger. So I'm going to let go of it. We can come back to it tomorrow. We can talk about it. I might get steamed again about it. But right now, as we go to bed, we're going to go to bed as two people who really love each other. And
But how can-
let the disagreement come back tomorrow. But not to go to bed feeling bad about.
But even if
your
we think like that,
companion.
let's move the disagreement to tomorrow. How can I go to sleep thinking how much that argument hurt me? That cannot be erased. There can be hurt. How can we go to sleep when we are hurt? We expect that person to acknowledge what they did and feel sorry about it, and still I may not still accept that.
Yeah, so usually when that happens, Jan and I will tell each other that we love each other, and then just let the disagreement, even let the hurt go for that period of time, let's say 8 hours or 10 hours until we get up, or if it's a work day tomorrow, we might agree that, okay, we're not going to talk about it until tomorrow evening when we get together again for a meal. And that was difficult at first, and Jan was the one that really pushed that in the beginning. So I think it was more difficult for me to do it than it was for her. But as you practice it, and to focus on the fact that you still love each other, there's a disagreement, there's hurt, but because we do love each other, we'll resolve that tomorrow, hopefully.
Okay. So do you think people from two different countries can marry and be happy? Is that
I
something?
think absolutely, because the two of you have brought such a richness, not only to my life, to Jan's, but the rest of the family as well. That wouldn't be the case if Steve was married to an American woman. And that's, just the perspective that you have growing up in a different country, your culture, your holidays, all of those things have I wouldn't have experienced it unless the two of you got married. And I know that, for instance, my sisters talk to me about that and others. So, it's just a very, very unique richness that your marriage, two people from two different countries, in many ways very different culture, and so it's blending of all that.
You know why it works out for me and Steve, even though we are from different countries, different cultures, the common thing is we respect our own culture, and we are open to accept other person's culture. So it depends on the mindset of the person also for a marriage to be happy and all of that. Do you have any questions for me?
I do. So what determines your sort of educational path and then your career path? Where here in the States, almost anybody can go to college. And there might be in some of the more exclusive schools entrance exams, and there are metrics, but as long as somebody succeeds at least at an average or above average, they have the opportunity to go to college. And it seems like that's not the case in India, where are there exams along the way that even before college, that if you don't pass those exams, that alters the path that you
Yes.
take in terms of education and then ultimately career?
Yes. So just like how you have CASA and math placement entrance exams after your high school, we have something called MSET, AIEEE and IIT. So they are the entrance exams for the engineering colleges. And also for MSET is for both engineering and medicine. Okay, so I think there's something like that for law as well. People have to give some entrance exam. If you have to get into a college where you don't have to pay the fee, you'll have to score particular marks and get a rank even though you get more score, you will be ranked in an order. Okay, so if you are below like 1,000, you will get like free seat in, like, you can pick the college, the best colleges you want. If you fall into the next category, you can still get the free seat, but they will choose and send you to the college. The government will select that. And then there will be other, next level would be, you will get an entrance into the college, but you still have to pay the fee. If you don't qualify, what happens is you have to pay the fee. So for someone who cannot afford to pay the fee for an engineering college or a medicine college, they have to go through the exams, work hard, study, and then score the marks, and they're sorted. So the base would be like from your 7th, 8th, and 9th, you have to be so good with your math, physics, biology, chemistry, and also in your high school, because after high school, the entrance exam for medicine and engineering will be dependent on the basics you learnt from your 7th until high school. So people who are trying to get into engineering will have to write for math, chemistry, physics, and people who are trying to get into medicine, they have to write for not math, biology, geology, chemistry, physics, I think. So it's like that. So the exam will be held on the same date for everybody, and the results will be out on the same day. And yeah.
So your decision to come to the States for your master's degree, was that something that you dreamed of as a little girl to come to the States? Or did that happen in high school or college? When did that happen?
Okay, so basically after engineering, I wanted to do MBA, not master's. So coming to States, I didn't want to come to States through me. I wanted to come to States through my mom, because after her education, she was the one who was trying to come here, because back in she's done her master's in nursing. And back in days, nurses from India and Philippines were coming to USA on their green card, not on the work visa. They were just given family green card and they were migrating. Many of my mom's friends came here. She also gave her exams and all of that, to come here, but she kind of lost it with 5 marks. And after that, they had a ban for the India and Philippines. Like, America has stopped hiring nurses from India and Philippines. And my mom kind of got opportunity in UK. Everything was set after my 10th. So we were like, okay, now she'll be going to UK, and I'll do my high school in India. And for my degree, I'll go to UK. That was a plan. But in summer holidays, what happened? I had appendix surgery. So my mom was like, okay, now she's a young girl, she needs me, I cannot leave her. And she gave up on that job in UK.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the plan was always to move to abroad. It was my grandmother's dream to send my mom to abroad. She wanted my mom to become a doctor. So that was always there, rooted in my mom's brain. Like, she has to go work in America. Not because India doesn't have good opportunities, but she wanted to explore more and grow more in what she's doing, and experience to work, in a wider area where you have wider range of opportunities and meet people from different corners of the world, So that was there. So it was always in my mind, like right from my childhood, we will go to America. That was there. Like, how we know one day we will take Tarak to Disneyland. It's like normal. Like, I'm going to grow up, I'm going to go to America. So that was already there, always there. But I never thought I would come as a student. I thought we would migrate as family, me, mom and dad. So, because my mom had that straight path to come. So it was like that, and things did not work out, and then I didn't want to come to US. I wanted to do my MBA in Pune in Symbiosis University. I also wanted to do mass communication, not engineering, for my undergrad. So what my mom did, she kind of manipulated me. She said, okay, let both of us win. I want you to do engineering, and you wanted to do mass communication and MBA. So do your engineering, and in MBA, choose mass communication as your major. So I was like, okay, fine. And until my last year of engineering, I did not know there is no MBA mass communication. There is MA mass communication. And I didn't want it to be Priyanka MA. So there is media management in MBA, but my plan was I wanted to go to Pune, Symbiosis University, do MBA there. You know, I wanted to work in MNC in Bombay or places like that. Bangalore was my favorite place because when I was like young in 6th standard, I wanted to eat strawberries, and we were not finding strawberries in our South India back then in Hyderabad or Nellore. So my mom was working in Bangalore. She took me to Bangalore to buy me strawberries. And when I saw Bangalore, I was like, oh, this is where I want to settle. It was so pleasant, beautiful. I don't think that's the case now because there's so many people migrated to Bangalore and it's so much population and traffic and pollution and all of that. But back in days, it was like the beautiful, pleasant with less crowd. So that's what I wanted to do. And after BTech also for 2 years, I did not come. I said, I'm not gonna go. My mom was mad at me and then I said, okay, fine, I'll just go for you. And then I came. It was not planned that I would, you know, my mom also would come for masters. Things happened one after other, one after other. And whatever we manifested from her childhood and from my childhood came into reality. Yeah.
So do you remember the night before you left for the States? Were you afraid? Do you remember? Do you remember anything about the night before?
Yeah, I was super excited. I came on 21st of December. My mom wanted me to go after my birthday, which is on 26th of December. I said, no, I want to celebrate my birthday in America. And I was so excited to meet my friends, go to Chicago because I was coming to Indiana. So the plan was already there. Let's go to Chicago, see the sky deck, Chicago Bean. And I was excited, what dress should I wear and what kind of background I should have for my photo shoot for my birthday. I was so excited. I did not even cry. I said, bye, happily, bye. And then I came.
So you had friends here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So have you experienced discrimination here?
From Americans?
Yes.
I don't know because when the only the only time I spent time with Americans was when I was working on campus in my master's, and my supervisors, they were so sweet. My first supervisor was Mike, and Sue was also one of my supervisors. She's the sweetest. And we also have Jennifer, who works in another department, but she works in the next cabin. So they're very sweet. The culture is very sweet. I mean, and I also used to go to a group of prayer where a elderly couple used to host dinners and stuff for college students, where all the college students can gather and they kind of preach about, you know, Jesus songs and all of that. So I used to go there once a week. They were so sweet. They also helped me when I was shifting my house. I had really good experience with all the Americans, and like even in America, like right from the time I came here, America has given me so many good things and so much good experience, and so much I've evolved as a person I am today because of so many experiences I've experienced here. Even I've learned many things from my, you know, fellow Americans that I've met. Like as I said, Sue, I think she was about to retire at that time. So I don't know what the retirement age would be. Maybe she was in her 56 or, you know, 60 or whatever. She is the true example to say age is just a number. If someone in India of that age, they would just be, you know, I'm not well, I need help, I need someone to do. She would lift boxes, carry them, walk, active. And I used to feel I should match up to her level of energy. So she was amazing. So that's one thing I learned, being independent, no matter how old you are. That's something I learned, and you don't need anybody's help, no matter. Age cannot be the reason to depend on someone. You should, the older you're getting, the more independent you have to be, the more healthier you have to get, the more you need to get habituated to better way of lifestyle, you know, to be independent and not depend on anyone.
So what was one of the biggest surprises? So you came here with impressions of America based on maybe TV or movies, reading,
Times Square.
yeah, all of that. So, and maybe there were a lot of surprises, but does anything come to mind on one of your surprises or big surprises? Oh, I didn't think that I'd see this or experience this, or people are nicer than I thought, or they're not as nice as I thought, or anything come to mind?
I mean, I kind of had the life I expected I would be having. Like, I did my master's, I had good friends, I had good experience, we used to go on trips and all of that. And I was lucky enough to get on-campus job, which not many, it's not easy for anyone to get that. And that went smooth. And then after master's, like, I got the job, and it was good money. And every holidays we used to go for trips and see the beauty of America. We used to go to places like Denver and Florida, like experience the bestest any American would want to experience. So that's what we saw in movies, and that's what we wanted to do, and that's what we did. So we didn't really get shocked, but yeah, it was pretty much, our life was pretty much how it was in American movies.
So you must have gotten a lot of American music, right?
Yeah, American music, yes, like Backstreet Boys and
Yes. Did you like the Backstreet Boys?
Yeah. Every Halloween, like we don't know it was Halloween song, but we used to enjoy that Halloween song. Yeah, my brothers and sisters, cousins used to play. We watched their songs. We grew up watching their songs.
Rolling Stones? You have a Rolling Stones t-shirt.
I didn't know it was Rolling Stone t-shirt. Target sold 2 t-shirts for $20 and I bought that. Yeah.
That was one of my surprises. I thought you were a Rolling Stone fan, and it turns out you're not.
Oh!
Chipmunks.
Oh my God. We should get out of here. Oh, okay. Okay, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed my chit chat with my father-in-law. And I hope all of you have a very good rest of your week and weekend.
It was good to sit with Priya, and I hope everybody enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again at an American cookout.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching our video. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.